Game 2 in the Master Arabia series. I just checked the other recording, and I am so sorry for the audio quality on that. Something readjusted my mic levels again, which I'm not happy about. I really need to start checking them before I record every game. So, Tim taking that game there quite well, massing Paladins. He just had such good map control at that stage. So, we are currently in Game 2, which is the Aztec War, which all of you who should know if you've been following the Masters of Arabia series. And in the green, we have a Viper down 0-1. In the red, we have Tim, who is up 1-0. And, of course, we are going to see something quite different in these games, of course, because these guys made it to the finals, guys. They can't play Standard now. Standard is what everyone plays against, so someone has to do something special. Of course, Tim going Mass Knights in that Hun War that we had before, that's not something you see often. So he may have taken the game purely to survive, and just through surprise. But again, Viper did actually forget Bloodlines, so that is quite important, showing there is actually some nerves now, because I think this is Viper's first big 1v1 tournament. So good luck to him. Hopefully he does a lot better in the future and manages to get that Hun War as well. And good luck in the next few games. Hopefully you can take them out quite well and, you know, get the victory. So, first lure in from Tim. Not too much trouble there. Viper already having his first boar in. Looks like we are seeing the house go down. Mill as well. 4 villagers already onto the wood, which means we could see a drush at this stage. It's not definite. 5 definitely means you are going to see a very early drush, but you know, nothing unuseful there. As well as the fact that, ooh, actually I forgot to mention that we actually saw Tim lose his scout right there in Viper's base. That is going to hurt him. He knows where his first gold is. He knows there's another gold here and a gold here, so he's not in too badly right now. However, he is not looking good when it comes to the rest of the map. Viper, let's check the Fog of War for a Viper right now. Looking pretty good, but again, another steal there from Viper, actually. So Viper going for 2 steals in a row, which is pretty awesome. Like, it's something you don't see a lot in games, but you know, every now and then you do see it quite a bit. And of course, stealing that boar, it is an extra 340 food before you have to start really putting farms up. So it does help you out so much right now, and it does force Tim to put up farms that little bit earlier, which means he does have to dedicate a few more villagers to wood, which of course is not the best thing you want to see. So militia being created there for Tim. Looks like we have 3 on the way, enough gold for 2 more, so I would expect to see those guys. Are we going to, come on, get up to 60 food, another militia, or is this going for the 3? Because Aztec War, you generally see the 5 militia plus the Eagle Warrior move up, and that does a lot of damage. So, alright, so Tim is going for the 5. Viper, what are you going for? 5, and Eagle Warrior coming with that? Yes, it is. However, Tim is down on the Eagle Warrior. He is moving out a little bit early too, so his militia are quite split up. And it looks bad for Tim over in this side here, actually. He could potentially lose these villages if he's not careful. Being forced to retreat off here, this is some gathering time that he's missing out on that is really important right now. And Viper might be able to take out one of the 2 of these villages if he's good enough. The micro is going to have to be good. Tim moving in now. He's going to be able to take this engagement. Let's slow this down and watch the engagement nicely. Tim trying to get to the top of the hill there, but Viper running in first. So Viper looks like he will get the favourable engagement here on the hill, which is really important. So he should be able to pick off most of his militia without too much trouble. That bonus is really important. Tim forced to actually put 2 villages in the fray here, which again, it's 2 villages which aren't gathering. And of course, they're just chasing this Eagle Warrior. They're not really doing anything important. Right now, the engagement is looking really good for Viper. He's currently going to go 3-0. Losing 1 there and another one. And it looks like Viper's going to be able to just get out of there with that 1 militia. And looks like he's going to be able to take this one. And there we go, the Aztec first fight of the militia there goes to a Viper, which is good. And I nearly said FH there again. So let's speed this up, and this militia over here is just going to prove so much trouble for these guys. He's just going to be in here getting harassment. He's not going to be able to do much, of course. Again, losing those 2 villagers off there. But of course, this militia is not going to be able to do a lot, but he's going to be able to harass. And if he's not dealt with, he might be able to pick off a villager. Because as we know, villagers don't automatically attack. They just kind of turn around and run. So Viper there going up already, which is really good. We are seeing Tim still back because, of course, he did lose all that gathering time. And the fact is as well, militia, it generally means a low ups, well, a fast, not a fast, but a long up time, which means about 13 minutes is about standard. 14 minutes as well, again about standard. And forcing those villagers off there to kill off that Eagle Warrior. Very good play so far by Viper. Getting a lot of harassment in there already. And let's have a look. Looks like he's moving out across the map, and it looks like Viper is actually going to be able to put some damage on right now. He's moving forward with villagers, which is something you don't see a lot in games this level. And we have the watchtower coming up here, so he's going to be able to defend this area quite well for himself and put the pressure onto Tim. We do see the defensive tower going up there, and it looks like Viper's moving that tower location, putting it up right next to the archer range. That's a bit game. What is he going to do here? Tim, you're going to be forced to just do something here. This is extremely game from Viper right now. It means every push Viper does, it's going to be able to have the support of this tower with villagers in it, which is really important. That's an extra, what, like 8 range, 9 range, plus an extra 6 attack, plus the amount of villagers you can load into it. And there we go, we've got Viper going forward with all these towers. Right now, Tim's starting to look not good at all, trying to stone wall off, but Viper has taken this area, so he's not going to be able to close it off very well. And what do we see? We see gold for Viper, we see the wall off for Viper, which is really interesting. We have 4 villagers currently on stone, so it looks like this tower push, and we could see defensive towers put up as well. Right now, not a lot going on. We are seeing these archery ranges doing something for Tim, but we are seeing a very high skirmisher mix here from Viper, which means, of course, if Tim can up and get some Eagle Warriors out, Viper could potentially be in a bit of trouble. And archers are actually in this tower right now, all 5 of them, so that tower over there is not looking to be in good shape right now. And we've got these villagers actually trying to kill off this mill right now, which is really bad for Tim, because these villagers do bonus damage to buildings, and once he gets in, he's going to be able to start putting the pressure on a lot. Viper currently already up by like 300 points, which is a lot at this stage in the game between 2 players of this level. And it looks like this tower over here is going to go down just uncontested. And another tower going up in the middle of this area for Tim. This is not good whatsoever. Tim, what army do you have? Tell me you have an army right now. Tell me you have an answer for this. Being forced onto this gold back here. We are seeing the wall off on this section, which is good. Right now, all these archers getting taken out. And here is Tim's army. This is what he's got. However, he is being forced to fight under these towers, which is really bad. We've got 4 villagers in this one, 5 archers in this one. So the damage output here by the towers is going to be absolutely crazy. And it looks like he's forced Tim off there. Tim probably could have won this engagement if it wasn't for the towers. But villagers coming out again, going to be able to put up even more towers. And of course, that's going to keep this area here unfarmable. Using this gold over here is pretty much a no-go now. These houses here, if they get taken out as well, they don't cost a lot of wood, but every bit of wood counts in this situation. So if Viper does take out this house over here, it's not going to be helpful at all. And honestly, Viper can probably start putting some just damage on the town center with this now. It looks like that villager over there is going to be in trouble. These ones over here in trouble as well, because they do have a +1 range, which is 9, which is a lot for those who can't do basic math. But Viper's still up by over 300 points, which is proving extremely good. Putting a tower up on this gold now, so this is pretty much a high-level trush, guys. This is what you get out of it. Where is your army? Tim's still sitting in the back here, and not game enough to walk past that town center yet, which is, again, a really important thing, because, like you can see, the wall-off that Tim is going for, he's forcing any of Viper's units just to have to walk past this town center. And, of course, any extra damage you actually have to get on those units, it's not good to have. Skirmishes coming out here. It looks like Viper's going to lose all these archers, actually. This is really bad for him. Tim's going to be able to absorb most of that damage with the skirmishes. Currently got the +1 armor on them. Viper does not currently have that. And this looks bad here for these archers. Tim managing to get out of here, and we actually haven't seen any harassment whatsoever from Tim yet. Looks like this archery range here could potentially go down. I can't foresee any damage coming out of these towers here. I'm just going to do too good a job defending. There's a massive skirmisher mix here for Tim, though. He is going to be able to fight off most of these archers. However, it's going to come down to the micro, and the fact these towers are here just means there's going to be so much extra damage output. We do see Tim actually trying to move out across the map, though. But, of course, these towers are going to see them, so Viper's probably going to be able to get into a defensive position right now. Wouldn't be surprised actually if we see any defensive towers coming up. We do see wall off all on the way now for Viper. No defense, yes, defensive tower on his golden wood, which is really important right now, especially if this army manages to get across the map from Tim. And I can't see Tim getting out of this very well at the moment, actually, especially with Viper going up to Castle Edge, Tim not. It's going to look extremely dangerous right now. So moving out across this section here. And it looks like he's going to be able to do a little bit of damage if he can get in here. However, these towers should be able to just do a fair bit of damage and repel those units. But again, the wall-off isn't complete. The wall-off over in this section here should be great for him. Potentially going to lose another archery range here. That first one going down, you've got to remember that's 175 wood plus the building time, which is really important. And we can see actually Tim's actually being forced back right now, which again, it means there's going to be no harassment on Viper. And when Viper goes unchecked, he manages to get a lot of damage out, which is really good. The damage here, the ratio has not been good for Tim at all. In fact, it's not been easy at all right now. I can't see Tim coming back from this right now. So there we go, we've got up to the castle age, and I can expect to see that crossbow upgrade, maybe even the elite skirmisher, but crossbow is going to be a definite right now. We'll see that +1 attack and range upgrade be done, and then he's just going to be able to start out microing Tim, because of course when you've got the range advantage, you're going to be able to do a lot of damage. That's just known. Second archery range going down for Tim right now, and a forward siege workshop actually coming up for Viper right now. This is really important. He's going to be able to get a mangonel or even a ram out, and he's going to be able to start putting that damage onto that town center, which is really important, just because it's going to put... It's not like he's not under pressure already, but once that mangonel or battering ram comes out, it's do or die, because once that town center goes down, you're either going to have to create a new one, which is really expensive. He does currently have the resources for it, though, actually, and going up to Castle, so he is looking to put down another few town centers, but still losing that villager production is really, really bad. Are we seeing a second town center? Yes. Third? No third town center yet currently for Viper. And let's see what he's going for out of this range, this siege workshop. Nothing currently, and there's the mangonel, so he's going to try and outrange. Plus that mangonel is going to be able to do insane damage to these skirmishers. Currently got some idle villagers here for Viper, which is never helpful. Probably could try and kill off that barracks or something. Even could start mining Tim's stone and be a douchebag about it. And it looks like they're going to... What are they going to? They're going to wood. So that's all cool right now. Tim's still having that massive just skirmisher combination. Lots of barracks actually coming up for Tim right now. So he could be going for Eagle Warriors at this stage. But as we know, Eagle Warriors are not as powerful in the Castle Age as they are in the Imperial Age. In fact, in the Imperial Age, they are so much more strong. Well, they're so much stronger. Sorry for my English, of course. And they're just not going to be able to do the damage they need to. He probably will be able to kill off these mangonels here to save this town center, but against this large crossbow mix, they shouldn't be able to do too much damage. And are we going to see that? Yes, Eagle Warriors are being produced. No extra mangonels right now. And it looks like this town center possibly is going to go down. And it's currently 500 hit points, 400. Losing one there to something which I did not see, which is interesting, and looking good. Gonna be close. You know, preparing. Nope, that's it. That town center is down for Tim. This is looking horrible right now. 700 points down. All he's got to defend are these towers. He should be putting a new town center up. Yes, there is one up over here. However, currently got 4 town centers up for Viper right now. He's going to be booming away. Tim really can't do that much because this skirmisher mix that he did have, wherever it has gone, it's gone to harass Viper, so he might be able to get some damage in here, which is really important. But still, Eagle Warriors here might be able to take out these mangonels. Looks like they're going to be able to. Of course, they've only got that 2+2, not that 4+4 yet. And quite a big army of Eagle Warriors actually out from Tim right now. I was not expecting to see as many. I was expecting to see 4 or 5. Viper, of course, managing to take down that mangonel with its last breath. And it looks like these Eagle Warriors are just going to get killed off quite quickly now. Because, of course, Viper does have a great position here. He is wedged between this house and the siege workshop, meaning that he's not going to be able to get us around. And these towers here are going to be able to defend up against these Eagle Warriors, which is going to be able to do a lot of damage. We have the town center going back up for Tim right now, which is an important fact, because he doesn't want to lose the production of these farms, because farms, as we know, do cost quite a bit of wood. And, you know, you don't want to lose any of that, especially if you're going to have to go for a large composition. So, Viper, neither player going up into the Imperial Age yet, which is interesting, because usually you see players skip the Castle Age warfare in these kind of wars. And we've actually got Rams coming out right now for Tim. This is potentially really bad. Looks like this one here will be taken out by the town center. And no, surviving on 1 hit point. And he's going to take out these Rams before they get to him. Otherwise, he will be able to. And getting out of there just in time with 1 hit point on that. Very good micro from there. However, still losing a few villagers over here for Viper, but elite skirmishers, as we know, 3+2 damage, not a lot, especially on villagers with the +2 defense. So it's really starting to look bad right now for Tim. It has been all game, actually. Ever since Viper moved up here, it's been extremely bad. I can't see Tim coming back at all. These units over here will get picked off quite quickly, I would imagine. Losing 2 villagers, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and possibly a 6th here. 6 villagers down currently. But of course, we got to remember that Viper has 4 town centers. Tim has 2. That's a big difference when it comes to booming. And Viper actually going back to his base. He knows he needs to deal with this threat here, which is pretty smart. And here we go. Let the micro war begin, and just sitting up on this hill, probably the smartest idea. Tim not getting crossbow yet, which is another important thing to note. Just banking everything he's got into these elite skirmishes. But of course, that mangonel there, going to be able to completely change the tide there, and killing off his own villager there instantly, death by rock. And looks like we are going to see some more Eagle Warriors. Still, let's swap over to Tim and actually see what he is creating right now. And that's a Viper up into the Imperial Age. Not looking good. Few elite skirmishes out, not many Eagle Warriors. But right now, this is just about it for Tim. Is he going to? Yes, he is going to spam Eagle Warriors, guys. The Eagle Warrior posse is coming right now, which is really important. This mangonel here just getting so much damage on these skirmishes. And there's a good game from Tim. He is out right now. Knew he wasn't going to be able to keep up with the amount of Eagle Warriors. This mangonel here was just doing too well. And he just had no gold left, I believe, as well. Yeah, he had nothing left to be able to fight with. Hence the reason he had so little Eagle Warriors and had so many skirmishes. So, a good game. That is 1-1, guys. We're in for an interesting series here. Remember, it is a best of 5. We'll be seeing 2 interesting civilizations more. Well, we actually will be seeing the Spanish War now because it's 1-1. Player needs 2 more wins to win. And we may even see a Mongol War if it comes down to it. So I'll see you guys in the next game.